So why would we want to retopologize our sculpted head in Blender? As you can see, we have a 3D view of the sculpted head. We're currently in layout mode. You can go to sculpt mode and see what that would look like in wireframe. The first answer is obvious. If you want to deform a mesh, it's almost impossible to do it with this much geometry and resolution. So we have to simplify that, and we have to retopologize the mesh. This is what it would look like in sculpted view. Let's go to layout view. I can get into some of the modifiers in a bit here. The first thing we want to do is we want to use a simple piece of geometry, and then we're going to use the mirror modifier, and I'll show you what happens if we do it incorrectly. Shift A, mesh. We're going to go ahead and scale that down. This is assuming you have some basic knowledge of Blender. RX90. Keys I'm hitting here are GY to move it out. We want to reduce that a little bit more, scale it down. So first of all, we have to fix this plane, and we have to cut it in half. I'll show you what happens if we go to the mirror modifier, add modifier, mirror. We're not able to get a mirror of the object we want because we want to do half the work here. So let's click out of that. Go to edit mode. Click on vertex. Let's create a loop cut. Select the left edges. Right click, delete vertices. Now, this is what we want. We go back into object mode here, and then save our work here. The next thing you want to do is you want to enable backface culling. Let's click on our snap options. So click on snap. Go to the square button right next to the little snap button there. Drop down menu, you want face project, closest, and project individual elements. We're going to want to select that again, and then you want to make sure that your head is unselected here. Disable selection. So let's go back to the plane. Click on object properties. Go down to viewport display. We want in front. Click on material properties. Click on new. Toggle down to viewport display. Color. Let's change the color to something so it's easy to see when we retopologize. Save your work. I try to do it every 5 minutes here. We do have to enable a couple of other things here. We do have the snap function enabled. Let's go into edit mode here. And now we're going to go into our modifiers. We're going to enable a couple of modifiers here. The first thing you want to do is enable shrink wrap. And then what you want to do here is you want to target it. We have to select the head again. Make sure your head is selected because we're going to want to target that. Click here. Object head, select. So now it's going to snap to that. Now you see that we're having a problem here in the way that it's displayed, so we have to click on cage, and that'll put it back. I hit the 1 button there to just get a front view here on your numpad. We're still not quite done here. We need to add another modifier. Let's go to the mirror modifier. And if you grab it, select on the vertice, it's going to go through. Let's undo that. And let's enable clipping here. Clipping is on the modifier properties. The mirror modifier, let's enable cage. Let's enable clipping. So now, if I zoom in, all I'm using is my middle mouse button and scrolling in. Hit the G button and grab, it's not gonna go through. So we want to try to keep our topology nice and neat and clean and evenly spaced. So what I will do here is I will go to the top of the screen. Let's click on the edge select mode here. Click on the right. Actually, let's go back to object mode. I notice something in our placement. We need to move this over. Hit G, X to move it over. Try to get this right in the middle of the nose here. So we got even topology. With the mirror modifier, we'll be doing half the work. Toggle back into edit mode. So what we're going to do is you want to make sure that your right edge is selected. It is. Control and place your mouse cursor a bit here. Make it evenly spaced. Control right click. And let's just let's rotate that edge around. The rotate button here, or we can do R. We just kind of want to make it, we're going to be using this a lot. R, S to scale. Scale up, making that evenly toggled. R to rotate. And Control R. You notice a little bit of a problem here is our edges are not too neat. Let's grab that. Down. And if you want to extrude, another tool that we're going to be using here, you want to click on the top edge here, extrude, try to make this about the same size there, click. And then another add-on that we've installed previously, it's the F2. So go to Preferences, look for F2, make sure that's installed. Great, that's the mesh topology add-on. So the way that that works is go up to Edit Mode, click on your vertice, and if you want to fill a space here, this is a time saver, click on the nearest corner, toggle your cursor here, hit F, just like so. Oh, we're going to do that. Click, F. Now, if you want to go ahead and change your topology and change your plane, so let's say we want to do this around the eyes, but we don't want to, we want to have a little bit of a spacing here, go to the vertice here, left click, and thanks for watching.